The pros and cons of Lexington, South Carolina. Before I get into these two different lists, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I spent some time in New York City, and now I've been living in Lexington for the past 4 years. And yes, I do love it here. All right, let's get into the pros. The affordability. You probably already know this by now, but it is so affordable to live here compared to the rest of the country. Whether it's new construction or resale, you can most likely find a home within your budget, and it probably lands in one of the great school districts that we have here. Number two, and arguably my favorite reason for living here, is that we're centrally located in the state. Whether it's Charlotte, Charleston, Asheville, Greenville, Orlando, Atlanta, it's all really just a short drive away. You want mountains, you go one way. You want the beaches, you go the other way. I just love that on a given weekend, I can wake up and decide I want to go do something different, jump in the car for a couple hours, and boom, I'm there. Number three, Lake Murray. I want to point out Lake Murray, especially if you're coming somewhere where you might have had a beach that was close by. Lake Murray makes up for having the closest beach like 2 hours away from us. Lake Murray is amazing. It's really big, it's clean, it is a beautiful lake. At one point, it was the largest man-made lake in the country. You can go fishing, you can do the speedboat thing, you can get a pontoon boat. There's different islands throughout the lake, so you can go camping for the weekend or just kind of hang out on an island for the day. There's always festivals, they do fireworks during the 4th of July. There's always something going on Lake Murray. It was actually just named the Crown Jewel of the South by Forbes magazine, I think a year or two ago. Let's get into some of the cons. The heat is very real here, but honestly, everywhere you live, there seems to be something with the weather. So in July and August, those are really the hard months. My advice, just do something that, has to do with air conditioning. Go to the movies, go bowling, go to the mall, stay inside. I don't know, but just find something to do where it's nice and cool. Go out on the lake, tube down the river. You'll figure it out. Mow the lawn early in the morning. Don't exercise during the day. That humidity is very, very real. And it's just kind of something you have to deal with, and you learn to live with it. Number two on the con list, I'd have to say the traffic. Now, I don't necessarily even agree with this because of where I'm originally from and where I've lived. But the locals in Lexington do complain about the amount of traffic that has increased here. And that's just because so many people are moving here, and the infrastructure wasn't meant for the demand or for all the people that have moved here. So the locals will tell you that the traffic is really bad here. Somebody like me, I kind of look around and I'm like, what traffic? But I get where they're coming from. So traffic is something you'll want to consider when you do move here, although the town is actively working on how to accommodate the amount of people that are moving here, to open up the roads and so on and so forth. Number three, and I'm probably going to get some heat for this, but is the food scene, or I should say lack thereof. So the food scene here just isn't there yet. Again, this was once a really small town, but I think as far as people moving here and the pace that they're moving here, I'm already seeing it where a lot more variety of restaurants are starting to open up, better quality of food, just more options. Someone like me, it's easy to drive to Charleston if I want like an amazing meal. Downtown Columbia, there's some amazing restaurants as well. But I would say that one of the cons for me, at least, is just the food scene is just not there yet. I do have high hopes, though, in the fact of the restaurants kind of coming this way as people move this way. So those are my three pros that I want to talk about today. Those are my three cons. I am a real estate agent, or I'm just somebody that if you want to talk to, you can message, and I'm happy to go back and forth with you. Any kind of questions you have, I'm happy to answer them, provide any kind of feedback, and give you maybe some more pros and cons. Just send me a message.